I'm here with another story. This one goes to our supporters. Thank you so much for supporting us. If you'd also like to support us and get access to exclusive content, check the link in the description below. Let's get into the story. Olive and Poppy are neighbors. Olive is a baker who spends all her time in her bakery. She doesn't have many friends and she's quite lonely, but she's also very busy. So she just keeps baking and filling her bakery with beautiful cakes and pastries. She finds joy in the process and satisfaction in her work. Poppy is a photographer who's recently moved to town. She's a free spirit who loves to travel and take pictures of interesting people and places. She's always on the lookout for a good story and a great shot. When Poppy first saw Olive's bakery, she was immediately drawn to it. The name of the shop was Butter and Bloom, and it had a quaint and charming vibe that reminded her of old-fashioned bakeries in Europe. The aroma of fresh bread and pastries wafting out of the open door was like a warm invitation, and the sight of colorful macarons and delicate cakes displayed in the window tempted any passerby to stop and take a closer look. But what truly captured Poppy's attention was the owner, Olive. Behind the counter, Poppy saw a woman with kind eyes and flour-dusted hands who seemed to take pride in her craft. There was something about her gentle smile and the way she interacted with customers that made Poppy curious. Poppy decided to go inside and introduce herself. She walked in, savoring the cozy atmosphere and the sweet smell of cinnamon. The interior was just as charming as the exterior, with wooden shelves, vintage cake stands, and mismatched cups and saucers. It was the kind of place where time seemed to slow down and worries melted away. Poppy approached the counter and said hello. "Hi there," she said, trying to sound casual. "I'm new in town and I just wanted to say hi to my new neighbor." Olive looked up and smiled warmly. "Hello," she said. "Welcome to Butter and Bloom. Can I help you?" "Actually, I was hoping to help you," Poppy said, taking a step closer. "I'm a photographer, and I'm looking for interesting people to photograph. Would you be interested in being my subject for a portrait?" Olive hesitated for a moment, then nodded slowly. "Sure," she said, a blush creeping onto her cheeks. "Why not?" As Poppy set up her camera, she chatted with Olive about her bakery and her passion for baking. She learned that Olive had always dreamed of owning her own bakery and that she poured her heart and soul into every pastry she made. Poppy could tell that Olive's creations weren't just delicious, they were infused with love and care. As Poppy snapped away, she couldn't help but admire Olive's kindness and dedication. Something about the way Olive's hands moved as she kneaded dough or decorated a cake fascinated Poppy. She saw a quiet strength in Olive's movements, a determination that shone through her gentle demeanor. Poppy felt a sense of admiration mixed with something deeper, a warmth that spread through her chest whenever she looked at the baker. After the photo shoot, Poppy thanked Olive for her time and promised to bring the photos by later. As she packed up her equipment, she couldn't shake the feeling that she had stumbled upon something special, a hidden gem in a small town. Little did she know that this chance encounter would lead to a connection neither of them had expected. Back at her home, Poppy reviewed the photos she had taken of Olive. Each image captured the essence of the baker, her passion, her gentle spirit, and the flour-dusted beauty that made her stand out. Poppy couldn't help but smile as she looked at the photographs. There was something about Olive's quiet strength and dedication to her craft that resonated with Poppy. She saw a kindred spirit in the baker, a fellow creative who poured her heart into her work. Poppy decided to surprise Olive with the photographs the very next day. She brought them to the bakery, her heart pounding with anticipation. When Olive saw the photos, her eyes widened with surprise and delight. "Oh my gosh," she exclaimed, her cheeks flushing with color. "They're beautiful. You really captured the essence of my little bakery." "I tried," Poppy said, smiling. "I really enjoyed photographing you, Olive." As they talked, Poppy couldn't help but feel a connection with the baker. They discussed their passions, their dreams, and the simple pleasures in life. Poppy found herself opening up to Olive in a way she hadn't expected. As the conversation flowed, Poppy learned that Olive wasn't just a talented baker. She was a woman with a rich inner world, a depth that shone through her quiet demeanor. Olive, too, seemed comfortable sharing her thoughts and feelings with Poppy, creating a bond that went beyond a simple customer-slash-photographer relationship. One rainy afternoon, while sipping tea in the cozy corner of her bakery, Olive confessed to Poppy that she had always dreamed of expanding her business but lacked the confidence to take that leap. "I want to share my passion for baking with others," she said, her voice trembling slightly. but I'm afraid of failing. Poppy, touched by Olive's vulnerability, offered words of encouragement and support. Don't let fear hold you back, Olive, she said, her eyes shining with conviction. Your talent deserves to be shared. I believe in you. Her words hung in the air, a gentle reminder that dreams shouldn't be confined to four walls. As the rain pattered against the windowpane, Poppy and Olive brainstormed ideas, discussing everything from baking classes to catering small events. The bakery, once filled only with the aroma of fresh bread, now buzzed with excitement and possibility. Inspired by Poppy's belief in her, Olive started planning. With each passing day, the walls of the bakery became canvases for her dreams, scribbled plans and design sketches covering every available surface. The cozy space transformed into a hub of creativity as Olive, fueled by Poppy's support, designed new recipes, experimented with flavors, and created visually stunning pastries. The aroma of cinnamon, vanilla, and pure determination filled the air. Weeks turned into months, and the transformation was remarkable. Guided by Poppy's belief in her and her own growing confidence, Olive took her bakery to new heights. She organized sold-out baking classes, catered delightful events, and introduced innovative menu items that became instant favorites. The community embraced her creations and the bakery thrived. Through it all, Poppy was by her side, not only as a supportive friend, but as a witness to Olive's incredible journey. She watched with admiration as Olive bloomed, her confidence growing alongside her delicious creations. The bond between them deepened, rooted in shared laughter, quiet moments, and the understanding that sometimes all it takes is a little belief and a dash of courage to turn a dream into a masterpiece.